Eye Opener for September 19th, 2024. Keep it close to the heart. One of the only solutions to the tyranny, misery, and immorality of the current leadership around the world is for people to promote local action. Build up from your individual household and collaborate with your neighbors. Create a sense of unity in your community and spread the idea that we need one another more than our leaders imply with their divisive messaging. Strengthen your family, friends, and neighbors, then reach out to other neighborhoods and communities. Create coalitions that support one another by sharing resources and fostering a sense of inclusion as opposed to the exclusionary sentiment that those in power seek to instill in us. Understand that the current cohort of bad leaders offers little to nothing of substance, so they must divide and conquer to maintain control. Just look at the last few decades and determine for yourself whether our leaders have made life in America or wherever you live better. If life is better, stick with those leaders. If not, create a community that can withstand whatever those bad leaders will throw at you to maintain control. The masses must fight against the fear in which bad leaders traffic. Just look at what people like Hillary Clinton have done and continue to do to hold on to the power they have abused for decades. In the clip below, Hillary is suggesting that people be arrested for the things they say, ignoring the terrible things she's pushed, like overthrowing Gaddafi in Libya, which led to Libya, one of the most successful African nations, descending into open market slave trading. Her actions in that case did not serve to better the world. Ignoring what the Clintons have done collectively has allowed them to steal $11 billion meant for Haitian earthquake relief. Maybe Trump was being hyperbolic when he said Haitian refugees were eating pets in Springfield. Too bad he didn't simply point out the fact that so many Haitian refugees fled their homeland because of actions like those committed by the Clintons and others, which impoverished that and other nations for decades. For example, remember when Haitians wanted to raise the minimum wage to 65 cents an hour, but Hillary Clinton's State Department intervened so American corporations could set the Haitian minimum wage at 31 cents per hour? Of course, Haitians are going to migrate to places like Springfield, but out of desperation, not any kind of desire to leave their homeland. The list goes on with Mrs. Clinton, and she's not alone. Hillary just happens to be one of the worst actors as related to American imperialism, and now she wants Americans arrested because she doesn't like what they have to say. When, in history, have those who sought to censor speech been in the right? Never. But Hillary wants to not only suppress our speech, but have those with whom she disagrees arrested. The link is below. If anyone should be arrested for their actions, it's Hillary Clinton. Doing so would send a message to all of the other bad leaders who seek to continue their reigns over the masses. The public must realize that those who have actual control over the lives of millions and power over the economies and wars that impact billions around the globe have failed them. Those to whom we have entrusted our security, fortune, and futures have chosen instead to seek those things only for themselves. These possibilities alone are indictments against their feasibility as leaders, at least given the parameters and definitions of modern leadership. Why would any group choose a leader who only seeks to better their own life, especially when that improvement comes at the expense of everyone else's? As a means to an end to the actions of these bad actors, introduce yourself to your fellow man or woman. Realize the fact that you have more common goals, desires, and needs than your leadership would like you to believe you do. There is a critical mass at which point those who manipulate and cause a false sense of scarcity and fear will lose control. It is this tipping point that will free you from the self-imposed incarceration that perpetuates the power of those who are least deserving. Question things like all of the connections that so many of the elite had to the biggest pedophile in modern history. Jeffrey Epstein's history of trafficking was public knowledge. He was convicted of statutory rape, and I imagine that people like Bill Gates, Prince Andrew, and any U.S. president would have the resources to vet and discover information regarding such a notorious past. Why then would they choose to associate with a person such as Epstein? The only answer that makes sense is that they are either complicit or condone such behavior. Neither of these possibilities make them acceptable leaders or deserving of respect, in my opinion. We should therefore shun them and seek alternative leadership at the very least. In 2018, Chris Osman wrote a book highlighting the problems humanity would face if more power, wealth, and control were funneled to a small group of individuals, groups, or organizations. In that book, Mr. Osman provided solutions, from himself and others, to the inevitable problems we would all face. In it, he also provided a means for the public to analyze, compare, and contrast the words and deeds of those we've chosen to follow against our real-world experiences. To this end, Mr. Osman provides the means for readers to disseminate information as provided by their news sources of choice, their elected officials, and any other authority they choose to follow. The book, titled Solutions: Enough Complaining, Let's Fix America, offers a means to hold leaders up, not just to a higher standard than is currently accepted, but to one that will improve lives. Click the link below and get your copy today.